So when I thought about what I might do for this patch, Morphagene is like my favorite Eurorack module, so I could obviously go in like 50 different directions, and I've certainly used it 50 different ways. And I think that all of us like to record into Morphagene. I definitely could have gone that route, but I chose to go the route of preparing sounds in Cubase, which is my DAW of choice, and flying those sounds into Morphagene. So sometimes I'll use field recordings and all kinds of different stuff, but tonight I wanted to focus on one of my favorite synths in the Arturia collection, which is their Jupiter. And I'm just like playing basically some chords and notes. I found a patch I liked and adjusted a few things on it, but really I'm just kind of playing the preset with just a few tweaks. So the recording time in the Morphagene is like 2 minutes and 50 seconds. So I'm just basically creating something I'm actually working with a little performance here that's about 1.5 minutes. So I'm just kind of improvising little chords and notes, not really making a whole big deal of it. So after exporting that WAV file out of Cubase, I'm bringing it into Adobe Audition, where I'm doing all my slicing. All my splicing. So if you use Morphagene, you know that it works with all these splice markers, which you can add either before in software or afterwards on the module. There's only 2 pieces of software that will put these splice markers in and then export a WAV file with it, and that is Adobe Audition and also Reaper. So now I've got all my slices. It looks like there's like 27 in there. I'm going to export and give it a file name. And then you need to make sure that it's at 48 hertz 32-bit. And you export all the markers, all that metadata gets embedded into that WAV file. Now I've copied that WAV file onto the card, and it's just indexing the very first splice. One of the favorite things I love about Morphagene is to just play it manually. You can obviously plug it all filled with modulation and have a totally other result, but I really like playing it like an instrument also. So I'm just finding a sweet spot here with Morph, so it's just overlapping itself just a little bit in that first splice. And I'm hitting Shift there, which is same as rolling the Organize knob, going through all of your splices. So I'm just hitting Shift, and I'm just going through all those splices. So I put all the splice markers in where I shifted chords and hit different notes so that I could just kind of index through the whole sample. So I've got a slow LFO going into slide, and I'm just turning that down a little bit so I can kind of hear kind of how it's going to index. We'll give it a little bit of mimeophone here to kind of fatten it up a little bit. little bit of shimmer on FX Aid for kind of a final gloss.